present and accounted for. So let me go ahead and start this recording, and Tom, you can call us to order.
Okay, I'd like to call to order.
This conference will now be recorded.
I'd like to call together a regular work session for the City of Trinidad Tourism Board. It's 9:05. Marty, you want to take roll?
Campbell? Camilla? Well, I know she's here. She must have her mic off.
Her mic is off.
Cress?
Here.
Here. Oh.
Oh, that was Cress, not Chris. Cress? Michael?
I'll get used to it.
Here. Luttrell? Here. And Miller?
Here.
And I'm back live.
Oh, there you go. All right.
I don't even know.
Well, any petitions or communications, oral or written, today?
Tom, the only thing that I wanted to ask, and this is for Marty, did CPW, their advertising or their communication, did they ever get a hold of you how to move forward with advertising?
Yes, and we got it all taken care of. I sent the final ad to Crystal Dryling, and she said that was great. We will do that. Okay. I didn't make any mention of Fisher's Peak in the ad, but the picture still has Fisher's Peak on it. So that was the best I could do. And what I said in the ad was that I said, stay tuned. We're building your future. So I kind of made a reference to what's going on here, but I didn't mention Fisher's Peak, and she said that was fine. So that's how we kind of skirted around it a little bit, but I still got, Fisher's Peak in the picture, and I think people are gonna be familiar with the vision, and seeing Fisher's Peak, and it's been in the news, so they should know that we're working on it. So yes, we did. Thank you, Mayor, for all your help.
Any others?
I'd like to make a comment. I don't know if anybody's been up there for a walk. It is stunning. What a wonderful asset for Trinidad. And believe it or not, I walked up there, you guys. So kudos to me. But it is a wonderful asset. I was so totally impressed. And everybody I talked to that I didn't recognize, you know me, where are you from? Where'd you hear about this? It was amazing to see the out-of-town people walking up there. I was totally impressed. So there you go, kudos. It's wonderful for our community. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Approval of minutes for October the 14th, 2020.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from that date.
And I
second it.
Okay.
Marty, you want to take roll?
Campbell?
Yes.
Cress?
Yes.
Luttrell?
Yes.
Michaels?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Approval of invoices. Does anybody have any questions on any of the invoices?
These are just the usual 4 invoices that we have monthly, which is advertising. We have KCRT, the website, Co-Designerly, Outfront Media, which is our billboard south of or up towards Walmart, and then our digital billboard in Castle Rock.
I'd like to move to approve the invoices for the month. And I'll second.
I will second that.
Marty, I'll take roll.
Campbell,
Yes.
Kress,
Yes.
Latrell,
Yes.
Michaels,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Thank you.
Old business, National Parks Trips Media 2021. 59.
That was in discussion at your last work session, and everybody, it was a consensus that you would go forward with this, this advertising opportunity. So, I did put the cost in there. You'll see on the, insertion order, the, savings from what the ad would actually cost to what they're actually charging us, which I believe is $59.95. I'll need a motion to approve that so that I can design that ad and get it to them by Monday. Another short deadline. It just takes a while to get this process done, and then it cuts down on the design time. So I'll whip something up real quick.
Do you have any ideas on it, Marty, yet?
No, but I mean, if it was up to me, I'd have Fisher's Peak all over the place, but we can't do that. So, one of the questions I had for everybody in doing these ads, a lot of them won't come out till next summer, so we can mostly focus on that. You know,
Can I make a suggestion?
Absolutely.
How about the new part where they have it opened at down there at the bottom? You can't do nothing there, even though it's opened.
Now, what CPW is saying is please don't advertise anything Fisher's Peak right now.
Okay.
So our hands are tied on that. We just can't do it.
Question, Marty, they did tell you that you could use the picture, or they didn't say you couldn't?
Well, they didn't say I couldn't. I mean, we've
Right.
used the picture of Fisher's Peak as that's our town's icon. They can't tell us not to picture.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm saying that just if we keep using it, and can we put the name like somewhere at Fisher's Peak, and eventually that just teases it enough that when we do start pushing it, they go, oh yeah, Fisher's Peak. That's their picture.
Yeah, that's kind of a gray area, Chris. I'd rather not go there.
So Marty, since those trails are open to the public,
Right.
you still can't say anything about them.
Nope.
Okay.
Marty, I thought that the not to advertise was just on that state guide that you guys were talking about, but I thought that we were able to do some minimal advertising.
We can locally.
Okay.
We can locally. But this National Parks Media magazine, the National Parks magazine, that's a national advertisement, and I can't go there with that. But
Okay.
locally, we can. Anything local, like in the Where from the World Journal or anything, within the region, we can absolutely talk about Fisher's Peak as long as we note that there's minimal development that's been, completed. We can absolutely do local, but we cannot do anything on the national or state map. So.
Okay. Thank you, Marty.
In this one, right. So in the National Parks Journal that we have advertised in the past, generally what we've done there is itineraries, and that's how the magazine is laid out. So we generally tell them, come here and take this drive up the Highway of Legends or travel the Santa Fe Trail. That might be something that we do since the bicentennial is this year. I know there's a lot of regional advertising for the Santa Fe Trail bicentennial, so maybe we want to go that direction.
I think that would be a good place to go.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
so we can definitely do something along those lines.
And you said this is coming out in the summer, right?
It comes out in the spring.
In the spring?
Yeah.
And so the bicentennial is going to be going through the whole year of 2021, right?
In a sense,
certain
yes.
areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people will be doing, the World Journal is going to do a feature story on the Santa Fe Trail every month. A lot of these other cities along the trail are going to be doing things throughout the year. So it'll all lead up to that September event.
So I think that would be a good area to go into.
Okay. Anybody else have something to say on that?
I agree with Tom. I think that's the right move.
Hey, Marty, I was going to check with CPW, being that we have this bicentennial thing going on and you're talking about that, and see if there is a way that, of course, we're talking about maybe more trails open on Fisher's Peak. If maybe we could do some advertising of some sort for this bicentennial regionally, and see if there's anything that they, being it's just this is the 200th year anniversary, they might bend a little bit on that. I'm not sure, but
I'd like to schedule a tour. One of the things that the planning committee has been discussing is having tours along the Santa Fe Trail, and I mean Fisher's Peak is definitely on the trail. So yes, that's on my to-do list, is get a hold of Crystal and see if we can do a tour. So if you'd like to take that ball and run with it, by all means, please do.
I'll just put some bugs in their ear. How's that sound?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Mayor. So we'll need a motion to approve that ad, and then if everybody's okay with it, we'll focus on Santa Fe Trail.
I make a motion, we approve the ad. My first motion.
Woohoo! Way to go, Chris. Okay.
Chris, you make a good Chris, you make a good Chris Kringle.
Okay, Campbell,
Yes.
Press,
Yes.
Luttrell,
Yes.
Michaels,
Yes.
and Miller.
Yes.
Thank
Ho,
you.
ho, ho.
Okay, new business, seasonal support for the downtown businesses.
This was a discussion that we had with Cy at the work session, and some ideas were thrown around to see, how we could do this. I do want to mention that the Downtown Colorado Incorporated, DCI, sent out a press release, or actually an announcement for, no, it wasn't DCI. It was the Small Business Development Center, SBDC. Sorry, I get the acronyms all goofed up. SBDC sent out a notice saying that they had grant funds mostly aimed at chambers of commerce hosting a small business holiday program, whereby SBDC would give dollars to the community after they filed their application. And the way that it would work, and we've done this before, we would develop a token, maybe a little wooden token or something along those lines, to give to the businesses. We set a spending amount, so if a customer comes in, spends $5, $10, $15, or whatever, they receive a token, and then after receiving 3 tokens, they can take that back to the host, which would be the chamber, and receive the $15 refund for those tokens. So there's an amount that we can set that they would receive back. So I was in conversation with Nisha at the Chamber of Commerce. She has approached her board with the idea. She expressed some frustration that the board currently has some problems reaching decisions on these types of programs. But she did put it before the board. She did give them the timeline, which I believe is the 15th, which I think is or the 13th, which is Friday. It might be the 15th or 16th. I'm not sure, but it's real close. And she did submit the application in the event that the board does approve the program. So if that goes forward, I did tell her that she could come back to us and if she needed any kind of support or anything along those lines for the program. So if the chamber board does not allow her to move forward with this program, I'd like to get in touch with Nikki Lewis from SBDC and find out if the tourism board could be the host for that program if the chamber doesn't agree to it. I just wanted to throw that in front of you and see if that would be something you would approve of.
Does anybody want to touch on that?
I think the grant that they would award would be about $2,000.
I think Si wanted to say something.
Yeah, I'd mentioned partnerships and doing it. Explain that to me a little bit more, Marty. I'm sorry.
So SBDC would grant the community that applied after approval up to $2,000. The community would produce tokens and distribute them to the businesses in the community. They could be restaurants, they could be coffee shops, they could be bakeries, they could be retail shops. That would be our decision. When a customer comes in, they receive a token. After they receive 3 tokens, they can take that back to the chamber or whoever is designated to receive that funding, and they could cash those tokens in.
I guess the big question for us is, or for me, is does that help incur economic development for the downtown area and tourism? It sounds like it to me.
That sounds like it to me. And I don't see no problem where we couldn't sponsor it if we can, because I could maybe be the hub that people, they could bring the tokens into where to collect, and I'd volunteer anything I can with my shopping that's downtown. So
thanks, Camilla, for that. But
I will, because I'm here every day, except the day after Thanksgiving I will not be here, and the day after Christmas I won't be here. So anyway, but I'm here most of the I'm here all the other times.
I think it's
Tom, this is Phil, and the one thing I wanted to add to that I didn't hear is that I think Si mentioned that how we would promote economic development, and I think in order to do that just because they walk into a shop, they don't get a token, they should purchase something.
Right. I failed to mention that. So they have to make a purchase, and we set the amount of that purchase. So we say it has to be over $15, or it has to be over $25 or whatever, and then they would receive that token.
Right. Well,
So
we're
there's still something we would like to do.
That. Go ahead, Si.
And then are we planning on doing something for the businesses as well? For the businesses themselves? Because the tokens are for the customers, right? Or for the...
Right, but the idea behind it is to get people in their stores. So we would probably develop a flyer of some sort saying we are a participating business in the Shop Local campaign. That way people know. So it would encourage people to go into that business, knowing that they would receive a token, a discount token of some sort. So that's where it generates, the business the customers that will go into that business. So we would have to develop some type of marketing flyer or put an ad in the paper letting people know, or a press release of some sort announcing the program. And the bottom line is encouraging customers to visit those businesses who are participating in this shop. It's called Shop Small, the Shop Small program.
Okay, that sounds great.
So I will then let you all know what the status is with the chamber and whether they're going to go forward with that or not. And if they're not, then do I have your permission to contact SBDC and find out whether the tourism board could host that program or not?
I'd say so. If
I'd say yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll keep you in the loop and let you know how we're progressing with that.
Thank you, Marty.
So that would be one way. And going back to what the line item, I mean the agenda item is, the seasonal support for downtown businesses. That would be one way that we could do that if we can. I know Cy had some other ideas, so I'm sorry, Cy, I'll let you move forward with your conversation.
No, I just think that as leaders in the community, and that we just have to do as much partnership and as much to help our downtown area, and there's really just not much more to it than that.
We were talking last week about doing money support for some of the merchants downtown, and because maybe they won't decorate, which in my heart of hearts, I think all the shops decorate to the fullest extent, and I don't see them not doing it this year.
Well, I apologize. What you're saying is just that when we had our last meeting, I wasn't really sure if the Main Street group was going to be able to come up with something, and it looks like the following day, our last meeting, they did. So we can help support that in any way. But I mean, if anybody else has any ideas, I see these owners, especially over the last 10 days, not that they've already had it bad for months now, but with the amount of people, it's not just the COVID people, but the people that are in quarantine. The town is so dead. This downtown is so dead. I mean, we're still okay at the hotel a little bit, but I know the other hotels are hurt because Holiday Inn laid off 50% of their people because they came over to us to see if we had any jobs for them. So, what can we do to the downtown merchants who, are small business owners? Whatever we can do, I think we should, I'm open to being in any sort of partnerships to help the downtown area, but, I just feel like we should be doing something because we do have a little money. I just don't know what exactly that is.
Well, I think what we should do a lot of is, because we have the advertising dollars, and that's what the tourism board money is set up for, is for advertising dollars. If we could advertise the downtown area for Christmas and shopping. I don't know if anybody.
Mayor, you're on. So, Mayor, are we still going to have a tree lighting, even if it's that they do it when there's not public around? Are we still going to have the lights lit up in City Hall?
I don't know. As a matter of fact, I've been thinking about that the last couple of days, and I was going to get a hold of the the group that does that to find out if they're still going to have it. I'm sure they're going to light the tree, but I'm not sure how they're going to do that this year. If they're going to have a group or just they go down and light it, or somebody go down and light it. But I can try to find that out.
No, I mean, I saw an email come through where Karen Griego has suggested a tree too in that little pocket park in front of Dave Frank's, and I thought that was a fabulous idea to light up Commercial Street. And I know that Sister Blandina Park, they're working really hard to light up some trees there. So if we could connect that with the downtown merchants having just lights in the windows and stuff, we could really make it, that hometown Christmas feeling, even if people came around just to drive around, stop at a restaurant and a few stores, even if they don't do great shopping because a lot of shops aren't open. But, we don't give up in Trinidad. We're not people that give up, between the miners and everything else, we're a community that survives. And I think that we have to help be cheerleaders since we have a little bit of money just to make that downtown shine in a really sad time where people are sad, no matter what they do in Trinidad, but for the surrounding area to get known that you can come to Trinidad and just drive around and have that feeling. And I just like to see that.
Well, we need to try to maintain, the Christmas spirit or the holiday spirit that we've had in the past. as best as we possibly can. We know that we are in an unusual year, but anything that we can do, I think we should try to do that. And what I'll do is I'll get a hold of the people who did that, take care of that tree lighting, and then I will bring it up as well in our meeting this next week and see if there's anything else that maybe council wants to do.
Can I say something? I know I went downtown last week and I talked to several of the merchants, and believe it or not, they are gun-ho for Christmas. Yes, we are a little leery of how our Christmas last year was phenomenal. I'm going to be very honest. Everybody had a good Christmas last year. Last month, everybody had a pretty good month, including myself, and we were a little surprised on that one. It has been quite slow right now, and I think people are a little afraid to go out and about. But a few years back, the Trinidad Merchants Association went out and got wreaths for every storefront, and we put big red bows, and it kind of united all our stores together. And I know I still have my two, and I still brought mine out on my door. It was just, it united a lot of the stores together. We all had that same wreath hanging on our doors, and it made a difference. Something like that might be a suggestion. It adds to the Christmas decorations. You could put lights on them. You don't have to put lights on them. Ours were just had the big red bow. Some of us put Trinidad on it. But we all were in unison, and maybe something like that we could do for the merchants. I don't know. You know, I know they're going to decorate, and we're going to decorate our windows to the max. Everybody is going to go out there and try to decorate as much as possible. But I do think advertising to have people come into our stores would help too. You know, there you go.
You know, another thing
not a bad idea.
Along them lines,
Really nice idea.
that needs to happen, and I don't know if the downtown merchants are considering maybe staying open later this year, and through tourism and advertising that. And the big thing is we're, you know, this COVID is hitting so hard in some of the bigger cities. It's hitting locally here as well.
Yes.
Maybe if we just say that, you know, you shop locally where you have more personal service, you know, even though that rather than having to go out of town and be amongst large crowds.
I have talked to some of the merchants about staying open late, and several of them are planning on staying late open on Friday for sure, Friday and Saturday. So not necessarily during the week, but they are planning on doing that Friday and Saturday of staying open and late. I know 4 of them for sure are going to do it. I don't know of anybody else. Okay. I could talk to more of them and see if they're willing to stay open.
Even if it was, you know, 2 or 3 days out of the week, I think it'd be ideal.
I think one of the things is maybe we should know what the chamber's going to do and what Main Street's going to do, and maybe we can all kind of work together to help the businesses downtown. But I think we should know what all 3 entities are going to do to help the downtown. Marty, have you heard anything from Main Street?
I haven't. I did, when I spoke with Nisha at the chamber, suggested a meeting with the tourism board, the Main Street group, and the chamber. So I don't know if she was going to approach her board and see if they were willing to do that, but that was exactly my thought. I think I thought that, you know, the 3 entities should join together and see what we could do, or at least know what the, you know, left hand's doing. You know, the right hand should know what the left hand's doing, so we can all
communicate. Yeah.
So we can all communicate and do something together. I think we all have the same concerns, and I think we all have areas where we can contribute.
Because we could take the part of the advertising, and then like Camilla had a good idea with the wreaths. You know, we can help with that. You know, but I think if all 3 of us were working together, it would make a better Christmas for the merchants downtown.
I could speak just a little bit about the Main Street group. Again, I'm not on that board anymore because my time went out and I didn't up, but I listened to their notes and stuff. They did start out with the Shop Local campaign, which started, I think, yesterday or the day before. And they're trying to help promote downtown businesses with that Shop Local campaign. It's not completely out yet, but they did start yesterday. They also are doing the Deck the Halls program. So they are doing a decorating contest after all. And it'll be competing for 6 prizes of $1,000. Those prizes are like in the past. They help their rent, or they help their utilities, and they have to apply for it, which is, I think, the application period is open through December 1st, and I think the judging happens right after Thanksgiving or the week after that, like Thanksgiving kind of even later this year, but either at the end of November or the beginning of December. And then not just quite sure how they're going to do, how they're going to judge this year, since they are not going to be trolley tours this year like there were in the past. So that's kind of what they're doing, right? The money they available, they must have gotten it from the city, and to be able to encourage that.
Sorry, can you explain what the Shop Local campaign is?
Well, the Shop Local campaign, let me find my notes from it. It says the Shop Local campaign holiday promotion is designed to assist retail merchants, restaurants, nonprofits, service groups, and churches. The service of promoting any event, shopping in-store or online, or any fun happenings over the holiday season in Trinidad area via print, radio, and the historic Trinidad Main Street Facebook page. It's scheduled to started yesterday through January 1st, and you submit it to Kim Schultz, and I guess I don't really know more than that, but that's what they're doing. So I guess if you feel like you need help, maybe we could help promote that for them. They did put our symbol on there, the Trinidad tourism symbol. Yeah, maybe we could contact and find out, what does that mean? But I guess what it means to me is as a downtown merchant, you could go to them and say, hey, I need help being advertising, and willing to help you. I don't know what partnerships they got to make that all happen, but.
Sorry, we have those KCRT ads that we could help them with that, or we can even help them with some Chronicle News ads, and even what's the other newspaper, Marty?
The World Journal.
The World Journal.
Yeah.
So all that being said, then is it the board's desire then to set up a meeting with Main Street, the Chamber, and the Tourism Board at some point in the near future to discuss how we can collaborate?
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. Yeah.
I think that would be a good idea.
So the one thing that's just a tiny bit disturbing to me, but not hugely disturbing to me, but just a tiny bit, is that we do have the drive-by parade of lights this year, which, I know we can't do out on our streets, and it's at the fairgrounds. But I would really love to see that's happening like it usually happens every year downtown Trinidad. I would really like to see downtown Trinidad after they drive through the fairgrounds, which is great, and I'm glad that they're doing it, and they did it for Halloween, and it worked so well for everybody. But when they get done with the fairgrounds, since they're just driving by and looking at Parade of Lights, why would we not have our downtown area ready so that people after that could maybe come downtown?
We could advertise that. Generally, in speaking with the merchants downtown, a lot of them have, and they said they will have them up on that weekend after Thanksgiving. That's when we decorate. We've always done that. We've always tried to get our places up and decorated before the Parade of Lights, and I think a lot of them are still going to continue to do that. So we could encourage them to come downtown. Yes.
So yeah, no, I do. I don't want it to. It is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, like it normally is downtown. Only it's at the fairgrounds, and I think it's beautiful. I wouldn't hurt that in any way. I just would like to see us add to making sure our downtown area is ready that same night.
Yes.
Does anybody have a suggestion then for a date or that could be convenient for everybody to meet with these two boards? Maybe a couple of dates that I could give them to choose from?
Mondays and Tuesdays are still best for me, especially if it's an in-person meeting. I probably won't be because.
No, probably not.
No.
Okay. So yeah, if we do a special meeting, maybe a Monday or a Tuesday, that's just my schedule right now. So I don't know what anybody else has.
That's good with me, Monday or Tuesday.
Good with me.
Those days are bad for you, Cy. Is there a particular time on Monday or Tuesday that would be better for you?
Monday if it's in the afternoon, or Tuesday if it's in the afternoon. I usually have meetings on Monday, and Tuesday I always have the Building Hilton meeting.
So around 2, 3 o'clock, be all right?
Sounds good. Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Sounds okay to me.
All right, then I will send you an email letting you know what we've come up with, and we'll schedule a special meeting. I'll set it up a go-to meeting, so I'll have to check the calendar, the city calendar, to see what times are available on either one of those days to have that meeting. So I'll keep you posted.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you.
Next is a restaurant.
So the restaurant insert I sent for your review, and the feedback that I've gotten was that there were a couple of restaurants missing. However, if you would have, if what I pointed out was that there was a sidebar colored that said nightlife that had those restaurants that were open later, that you generally offer opportunities for music or things like that. So after having feedback from you, what I have proposed was moving those restaurants back into the main listing. And you'll notice that the insert has icons on it that kind of give you an idea of what they serve. So there might be a hamburger or a taco or pasta or things like that. So there's that little icon there. And what I suggested was if we could come up with an icon that would signify that they were the type of establishment that would offer drinks and maybe a bar. And so adding the icon to that, maybe a martini glass or something along those lines, that would kind of separate them from the rest of the restaurants, pointing out that they do serve alcohol or might have entertainment. So would that work for you? I think it's better to have them all together than split apart like that, because a lot of people will just look through that main listing and not look at the nightlife. Just wanted some feedback on that.
Well, I agree with you. They have to be all put in the side, because I'm one of the ones that called Marty and said, hey, wait a minute, there's a few missing. And I didn't look on the sidebar. But looking on the sidebar kind of indicates to me that they don't have inside dining. So we got to put them all together. Even if you put on the bottom, outdoor dining is available, in like a highlighted color on the ones that have it. And we could do it, let people know that there is outdoor dining on them. It could just be highlighted on the bottom. There you go. I want you to know I'm the one that called.
Also, you could put like maybe a beer mug or a martini glass, or for entertainment, maybe like music.
A music note, yep.
Yeah, music venue, yeah.
The one thing that I seen, Marty, I don't know if it's a full service restaurant, but the old Jujo's it's not on there, or Gino's. I think Gino's was going to start serving food on top of them being open in the evenings for their bar open. So I don't know where they're at, but those were the two that I seen.
I did add Flojo's to that list. And there was another, I think Bob and Earl's phone number was wrong. It's 0441, Amanda?
0144. 0144.
0144. I did notice that one was wrong, so I'll check that one. And then I added Flojo's, and then we'll change those, the nightlife sidebar and just include all of them in the one listing. And then add the icon that indicates that there's entertainment or outside dining. So with those changes made, I think would be okay.
Yep, I had one. It's a very small little nitpick thing, but the icons may have been switched around for Colley's Bakery and Scott's coffee can. He's got a cupcake and she's got a coffee mug. So I just know that she was serving coffee for a little bit. She's not doing it anymore. So I would just think that she'd appreciate to just swap those two things.
Thank
so
you.
The right icon. Yep.
The other thing I'd like to suggest, maybe Marty, is now this guide right here, is there any way we could make it like in a poster board? So like go ahead.
The cost for that is pretty significant to make it and what it is now is it's the size of the actual pages, but it's 2 pages, so it's folded in half. So if you took a page of copy paper and you folded it in half, that's what it's going to look like. So
Okay.
that's what's going to be inserted into that pocket. The harder cardstock to make that insert to put in that pocket, there's a significantly higher charge for that.
What I'm saying is I would like to see a little bit bigger one, so like maybe we could put them in the motels.
Can we take that and enlarge it into
Right.
a couple of the big ones? We don't have to put it into every room of the motels, but we can put it in
No,
motels.
just-
We can put
just
it on
in the lobby.
PRs
It would
and
be
just
in,
have a couple made someplace else in a bigger format. I don't know if we can. Page
No.
size, even a regular page size.
So this
Well-
this is a regular page. So if you open it up, there's a full page, okay? And that's what it'll look like on the inside. And then the front and the back will have the other pieces that are in what I sent you. But this is basically what you're going to have sticking in that guide.
Right, okay.
So you open the back page. This will be where the pocket is, and then this will go right inside that pocket.
yeah,
It'll fit inside like that.
I understand that. My thing is like if you were at a motel and you had that in a billboard type or a little bit bigger, maybe Cy could answer that, to where you could just go right up to it in a hotel lobby and say, well, that's where I'd like to go, without just another option. And I would like to see that downtown on Main Street in that bulletin board that we have right there by Moose's.
The kiosk.
Yeah,
The kiosk.
maybe we could take that right there and like laminate it somewhere. Just take one of them or have them reprinted in a heavier stock. I know I can do a heavier stock paper of it and just copy that exact same thing.
We can do that on our own.
We could do that on our own. Yes, that's what we're saying. We could.
do that, and we can say
We don't need them to do it. We could do it on our own, to put one in the kiosk, a couple in the motel. We don't need a lot printed up. We don't need one
No, we
printed up.
don't. We don't have a lot of motels, but just to where, if you're at that kiosk, it's all right there. You could see it. So that's
Right.
that's the only thing I'm saying is to better inform. Anybody else have anything on that?
Nope, I'm okay with it.
Nope, I think it looks good.
Yep. Excellent.
It's
Marty.
exciting. I can't wait to get the visitor guide. Hold it in my hand.
So that being said, then Tom, if we go to the next agenda item, which is the visitor guide, I have the visitor guide PDF. I'd like to be able to share my screen with you, so I'm gonna do that. Just give me a second. I've never done this, so let's see.
Good job.
Okay, so there's the, okay, so there's the PDF. So this is the front cover. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to use my phone today, so I can't see it.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Amanda.
That's okay. That's okay. If you could even send it, I don't know if you can send it over email, but that would.
I can send it as a PDF. You'll have to have Adobe to open it up, or a PDF reader. Okay, I'll send it to you. So the rest
great.
of you can see this. You'll notice that there are some icons, little comment boxes. If I scroll over them, you can see the changes that I'm making. So on the front page, this is the front page, and the changes that I've suggested. The first one here says, let's remove the welcome to up at the top there. The next page also says welcome, and I think what I said was that I think we can add back the visitor's guide. So where this welcome is, it'll have visitor guide instead of welcome to. This little comment box says, I know they're different colors, but can we add a space between them? So moving these two a little bit apart. And then at the bottom, it says, explore our historic downtown and the way out west. So one of the comments was from the tourism board is that we kind of wanted to stay away from that way out west idea that had gone into the old visitor guide. And so what I'm suggesting then for that is that we have, we put in there something along the lines of explore, engage, something like that. So we're changing the wording at the bottom of this here to take out the way out west. This is page 2.
I like that.
So this is page 2, and that's where I mentioned it says welcomes you. So Trinidad welcomes you. So not having this welcome up here and then again another welcome on the second page. So that's why I changed that to visitor guide.
Yes.
So there's page 2, and that's the full page spread. This is page 3, and the wording that existed there, keeping the top and then changing this that's crossed out to say, we anticipate with excitement the many great changes in our community that will impact outdoor recreation, arts and culture, and health and wellness, increasing the economic growth and vitality for our classic Colorado town. So I'm taking this, we excitedly await the opening of the newest state park. So we couldn't use that. So had to take that out.
That's good. I like that.
Then here it used to say experience the wonders, history, and highlights of the Trinidad area. I added stop by our visitor center to learn more, and I also am going to add the address and the phone number. And then you'll notice that on the pages we changed all of the web address on there. It used to be Discover Trinidad, and I've changed all of those to visit trinidadcolorado.com. This page essentially stayed the same. This is a spread, so this 2-page spread. So we changed, we took out again the way out west, and I put in explore, experience, engage, and enjoy. This one here, we had to change, page 48 was Trinidadio, and I added Trinidadio Concert Series. And then instead of a great way to end your summer on the Saturday before Labor Day, to go along with the concert series, I added that musical entertainment would be the last Saturday of those months. So adding that, so we include the June, July, and the August concert series.
Okay.
This used to be a picture here of our Bella Luna pizza, so I put in some pasta because I'm not sure where our pizza is. And it says indulge. So right after this page, it had it referred to the restaurant listings. So it said I added see restaurant insert And I'm going to add also on back page. So see restaurant insert on back page. So that's what this will say here. This page didn't change, except for here where it says Trinidadio. It just said Trinidadio before, and I added concert series to that. One of you, I don't remember who it was, had requested that instead of the letter just being from the mayor, that it be from the tourism board, the mayor, and city council. So you'll see I changed that and changed the wording a little bit from the letter to kind of update it to include what's going on with the creative district, the space to create. Then I inserted the transformation of the opening of Colorado's 42nd State Park. Yes, we can say that here. And I kept it will be the opening so that it didn't say, you know, so it didn't indicate that we were open, just that it will be opening. I had to take out our repertory theater, and I'm adding that it says, enjoy an evening stroll along our river walk, shop in our colorful downtown, take in a show at our repertory theater. So I changed that to read, take in a comedy act or theater performance at Main Street Live. So change that. This page stayed the same. This page stayed the same.
My little table.
Your little table. I love your little table. This one I added a little bit of wording through here. This page stayed the same. This was in this area where the beer mugs are was a picture of bricks. So we replaced that with just some beer mugs. Here I took out the way out west again, where it said way out west, and I added some wording to that to say explore, experience, engage, and enjoy.
Right there, Marty, Trinidad Blues Fest last Saturday in August.
It is
I don't
still
know if you want me to change it. It is still there. Yeah, it is.
The Blues Fest is still the last Saturday in August.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So here it says Artocade held in September is the second largest funky car parade in the nation. I added more to that to include the Art Cartopia Museum. So when this piece was first produced, we didn't have Art Cartopia, and there wasn't much mention of it in here. So I added a little bit of wording to talk about the Art Cartopia Museum. Added the CPW logo to this page, and then added the website for Fisher's Peak State Park as well, so they can go to their own website.
Marty, on the logos, I see a lot of the Trinidad emblems, but I haven't seen any of the tourism board emblems.
The reason for that was I mentioned it to them, and they said it would be a significant amount more to change the logo to the tourism board logo. I did ask her about that. So do you want me to, does the board want me to have that replaced? I can find out how much, but I know it's a lot.
Well, you know, that's our emblem. I think it should be on there.
It is our logo, it is our emblem, but this is a guide for the city of Trinidad. Just saying that. That's your decision, it's your magazine, but it is the city of Trinidad's visitor guide. I mean, it does bring them to the city of Trinidad. So that's what was up before. I can have that changed at that's your decision.
I don't know. I believe it should be on there. I don't know if anybody else has anything to say about that, but
I agree. Partnerships are important. It's important to people in other communities that look at what we do, that everybody works together. That's a big thing for whatever grants or scholarships or whatever the CTO or anybody else. It's all about partnerships. If they only see that you're doing it without working with other people, then you're not as valuable in the state's mind. The state is always trying to bring people together and see people work together. So I think it's really important to always have our emblem, and when we do anything, put as many people's emblem on it so that we can show that we're a community that cares and that we're all partners.
I agree.
So find out how much it had changed to the tourism logo.
well, is it there? Yeah. See, I would just like to add, just like you added that state park logo. I think our logo should be on there also.
We don't need to remove the city of Trinidad. We could add ours.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Absolutely. No, absolutely. Don't remove it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, add is.
Okay, so I'll locate some areas in here where our logo would look nice, and we'll just throw it in there. Is that
Yes.
is that okay? All right.
Yes.
I mean, there's a reason why on grant applications it says, who else are helping you? Did you get that? It's not to decide so that we do less for somebody when they say that. The state loves it when there's partnerships.
Yeah. Just added a couple places. That's it,
Okay. So here was one of the areas that I was a little bit worried about, adding the information about the state park being open. So what I said was the park is currently open to the public from sunrise to sunset. However, the public is asked to be patient as the park is developed. So just letting them know. And I think that statement will kind of take us into the future as it's slowly developed, not saying that it's not open, but that it is open, but that it's not going to be what they might expect of a full-blown state park. So we're okay with that comment and taking them to the website.
So is there a limit as to how many people can go on that now, or?
No.
Because it's kind of confusing to me that it's open, but it's not open.
Well, it's open. There's an area that's open, and that's
right.
it. So they're not allowed to go outside of those boundaries.
Or what people think, to walk all the way to the top. Because a lot of people think, oh God, the park's open, we could go all the way to the top. It's not. It's just there's two different trails. And,
right, and it pretty much says that that's the end of the trails.
Right.
But my thing is confusing is we can advertise that it's open, but it's not open.
It is open. But only a limited area is open.
Right.
It only has access to a limited area. So, and once you get there, it clearly says that. So,
right.
I think we're okay.
Hey Marty, you might be able to put in there that that is there is a limited opening. That way they know up front that when they get there is a limit.
Well, what kind of ties my hands, Mayor, is this publication is going to be used for at least the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
So I don't want it to say it's limited opening, because if this magazine goes out 2 years from now,
yeah.
we'll definitely have more areas to go into. So I just want to keep it generic. So
right.
I don't want to indicate that it's a full-blown opening. On the other hand, I don't want to say it's limited opening, because in 2 years we'll have more areas open. So I have to kind of stay in that generalized area.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
We added a cycling logo here. That's different. I added hiking, cycling, and backpacking. It used to just be hiking and backpacking, but the direction that we're going is going to be including a lot of cycling. So I added a lot of cycling information. I also added in here cycling events such as the gravel grinders, and what I specified was the high-low gravel grinder. This is all the same. Nothing changed here. We still have the full page for Trinidad Lake State Park. Nothing changed on this page. Wasn't quite sure what to do with Monument Lake, but hopefully by the time this gets printed and next year we'll have a manager at the lake that, you know, or a vendor that will be managing the lake, so nothing changed there.
Hey Marty, just to let tourism board know is that you know, we are going to start looking at you know, people to put in an application to see who would like to take over the running of Monument Lake. I would want to try to get that done hopefully by first part of January. That way it'll give them time to you know, start to plan their year.
That's exciting. It was a little scary there for a while. We had a lot of phone calls on that.
Yeah, we're putting out an RFP.
That is such a fabulous. That is so fabulous for Trinidad. I wish I had more of what I'd taken on. I've always thought that was one of the showstoppers for Trinidad. So beautiful.
Nothing's changed here. This all stayed the same. I added in here information about the Cokedale Mining Museum. I took out Mission Wolf on this page. It used to say Experience Mission Wolf, which is over in Alamosa, and I added instead, for more exciting itineraries, go to our website, visit trinidadcolorado.com, explore. Since it's all about day trips, and we now have some itineraries up on our website. If you haven't seen those, you should go to our website and take a look at the new itineraries we've added for that. Actually took out Capulin Volcano National Monument since that's in New Mexico. I know we have a lot of people visiting there, but I kind of wanted to keep things more local. So I suggested that we remove Capulin as it is in New Mexico, and the header, as you'll see up here, says Southeast Colorado. So Capulin didn't really fit into that. So what I'm adding in there is the Santa Fe National Historic Trail, Mountain Branch, and a little bit of wording about the Santa Fe Trail. There was nothing in the book about the Santa Fe Trail. So I replaced Capulin with Santa Fe Trail.
Good.
This page is the same. You'll see this little thing that says Art Space picture up here. So we're going to add a picture of the space to create instead of the Presbyterian Church. Everything here stayed the same. It said before, for more information, please go to visit trinidadcolorado.com. And so what I said instead was, was visit the Colorado Welcome Center at 309 Nevada Avenue, or call the visitor center number. Instead of going to the website, I actually sent them to the Welcome Center.
Marty, do you have anything in there on the wormhole?
Yes, sir. So back up here. Let me find it. I think it's where the biking and hiking was.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Hey Marty, is there anything in there about the river walk and maybe the river?
Yes. So That's further back. We mentioned the fishing, the walk and the fishing that's available on the river walk. So.
Because that'd be an area, next area that we may be starting to concentrate on.
Okay.
To try to promote, just let tourism know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tom. I don't know where it happened to the.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure that it was mentioned in there some. Oh, I see it.
See, wormhole loop is right here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I apologize for the scrolling. Okay, so then we get to historic downtown, our architecture. Then our museums, History Museum, Archaeology Museum, A.R. Mitchell Museum, and Coal Miners Museum. Then we get to SCRT, so remove Southern Colorado Repertory Theater here and added Main Street Live, and then we'll put the Main Street Live logo on here as well. I believe the website, the phone number, and everything else is still the same. Chris, maybe you can help me out with this.
It is in development. It's changing, and some of it may have been changed. I'll get that information for you.
Okay, sooner than later. I got to get to them on Friday.
Right, and if I may mention real quick, when we're doing Main Street Live, to emphasize all kinds of live entertainment besides comedy, theater, music, and everything. Live is all caps. It's Main Street Live. Live is all caps, emphasizing live.
Got it. So here it used to say Trinidad Southern Colorado Repertory Theater offers entertainment for everyone from comedy and popular musicals to dramas. SCRT provides world-class productions with an assembled professional cast at the famous Performing Arts Center. So now it's going to say Main Street Live, all in caps.
You got it there.
Formerly, the Southern Colorado Repertory Theater is taking a new approach at offering an invigorated community theater company. The Main Street Live venue offers live entertainment, including theatrical performances, comedy shows, musical acts, game nights, talent shows, and other events. So
Sounds good.
That's the text that'll replace the SCRT line.
Hey Marty, just a question on that. Do you have on that ST? Should that have an R in front of it to be more definitive on that? STR instead of just ST, because ST could be, I'm not sure, because a lot of times where you see street, they put STR, period. That's just a typo. I don't know if that's correct or not. Yeah, where you have ST in there?
It is ST, Mayor.
Okay, okay.
It is Main Street Live is ST.
Okay, all right, just wanted to check.
Thank you. All right, so then nothing changes here. Change this a little bit on the Artocade page to include the museum location and phone number on here. All this is the same. This used to say just Trinidadio up here at the top. Now it says Trinidadio Concert Series. And I listed all three of them. So June through August, Trinidadio Concert Series held in beautiful historic downtown Trinidad. And then added the dates. June is Americana on Saturday, and I'm adding last Saturday of June. July is Latin, and August is the Blues Fest. So change that up. Kept the Blues Fest, pre-fest party in there. Changed the photo around so it shows that the downtown area instead of just the concert at Central Park. I wanted to include the downtown area and some photographs. So Did that. Winter Farmers Market, took that out completely since we don't have that anymore. Also had to take out Comida Market downtown, which was still in there, so changed that. Added the concert series to the July calendar here. The Trinidadio concert series in June up here, and then kept the Blues Fest in August. Nothing changed there. This
Marty,
is for,
that address on the Trinidad Blues, it still says Smith Street. It would be Main Street now.
where's that, Tom?
Keep going.
Up or down?
You're going up. It would be up, I think.
Oh, right here?
Mm,
Oh, good catch. I see it.
yeah, 700 Main Smith Street. It'd be changed to Main Street now. To the entertainment district.
Yep, you're right. Thank you. Phone number still the same, Camilla? 680-0739. Tom, do you know if that phone number is the same?
I don't know if that's the same phone number or not.
I'll check
But
on the.
I'll find out for you today if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the rest of this is all the same. Organic eating. Comida Market was here, so I put in Sita's Kitchen as organic dining. I got the picture from Cy for the new lobby. Thank you, Miss Cy. So we'll change that out. Okay. Then we go into shopping. Nothing changed on these two pages. Then we went through the list of antique galleries, dealers. We took out Maggie and Moe's since Miss Maggie is closed down. We added, let's see, what was this?
How about Raggio? He's not in anymore.
Oh, is he gone?
He is.
Okay, we'll take out Raggio then. Is the building vacant then, Tom?
No, there's a new art gallery in there. I can't think of what it's called. Camilla could probably tell you. Lucky is in there now.
Okay, so I'll find out who that is.
Okay.
All right, and then I added the A.R. Mitchell gift shop in there as well. I mean, everybody knows it's a museum, but not everybody knows that there's a gift shop attached to it. So I thought it would be a good thing to add under.
No, that's great. They've got, that thanks for that. That's a great thing too. They got some great gifts too.
Yeah, I always do Christmas shopping in the Mitchell.
I
Are you adding that there's going to be a gift shop in the Welcome Center?
No, not yet. I am so wrapped up in this bicentennial, I haven't moved forward with the retail shop. I'm hoping by the first of the year I'll have that going, Tom, but I'd rather not right now.
Okay, just a mention in there.
Yeah, I just can't until I've got it actually going.
Running. Okay.
So another thing that I thought we didn't have in here was thrift shops. I think it's unfair of us not to mention our thrift shops like Noah's Ark or Sincerely Sandy's or Shirley's Thrift. What do you think about that? Do you think that's
good? There's always treasure hunters.
Yeah, okay. then I added eating out in Trinidad. So this is where our outdoor dining is. So I have the cafe, the grill, Moose's, Reno's, and Walter's and Tease Me Treat Me were not mentioned. So I added a little bit about eating out in Trinidad.
Do you have bomb pizza there? Because I noticed they have seating outside.
Good catch. Thank you. I don't know how it's going to be this winter, but
Cold.
very cold. Did you see where up north they're adding these little huts with propane heating in them?
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, so this all stayed the same. Mayor, there's your river walk.
Okay.
There's a whole paragraph there on the river walk.
Wait a minute. I got a thing for you. I didn't know my microphone was off. Crazy Raven is no longer there. You have it under gift shops. They moved out.
Okay.
Another coffee shop is going to be there, but they're not opening until the 1st of January. But they are. It's part of that gallery right next door to them where Raggio is. He has the gallery now, and he's going to open another coffee shop, but it's not open now. So I don't know if you want to. I wouldn't put it in right now. So, but Crazy Raven is gone.
Okay, so Crazy Raven.
What's the name of that gallery, Camilla, where Raggio was in now?
I don't know Lucky's. It's Lucky's, but I don't know what he named it. I honestly don't know. But it is a. I'll find out right now.
Okay, that way I can make that change.
I will let you know. And I know he's doing a coffee shop right next door where the Crazy Raven used to be. It's going to be a gallery coffee shop too. He's going to do a combination right there. So, but he does not have that open until January. But the gallery is opened.
Okay, does anybody know anything about the new pizza place that's coming that Wally brought in?
Well, it's down the road. I don't think they have anything. According to Wally, they didn't have anything right in the works right away. It probably won't be here until the summer. We better check with Wally on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to start serving pizza at Walter's any day. The machine's there, the double-decker machine. So
Nice.
That's nice.
Okay, so then we go to health and wellness. This stayed the same. I did take out Emily's Kitchen and just mention that they are doing catering. I took out the restaurant itself. So I have Emily's Kitchen and Garden catering service and event venues at Mount Carmel. So change that. And that's it. I did have
Morning Oasis is no longer there.
Moringa.
Morning Oasis in the wellness.
It's
She's not
actually
here no more.
it's actually Moringa, not morning.
Oh,
Moringa.
I thought it was morning. Huh?
Okay.
Moringa, yeah, it is. She's
So
gone.
take it out.
Hey, Marty, I noticed you have the Mount Carmel Health and Wellness Center. There's nothing in there about the addition of the new hospital or anything. I think that would be an excellent sell for the community.
yeah, that's a good point. Like a newly $32 million renovation or something. Yeah, that's a great
Right. I think a lot of people are looking for that in these small communities now to move.
Okay. Let me see where I can add that.
I'm going to ask Alicia on Juniper's Child on her suite on Main Street. I don't think she has that anymore. I will ask her.
That was right next to Maggie's.
Well, no, but that's she's right next to Maggie's, but the one you have under Health and Wellness, Juniper's Child on East Main Street, that was upstairs at the Danielson building. And she used to have a massage thing. I do not think she does that anymore. Okay?
So shall I remove it completely, or has she moved?
No, she's got her little shop on Commercial Street there. You have her under clothing, I think, don't you? She
Yes,
did have a shop on Commercial Street. She is still there. The
Okay.
one massage parlor that she has up on Main Street, up above Danielson's, she does not have that any longer. But I'm going to double check with her on that, and I'll get back with you.
Okay, all right. I think everything else is good here. Okay,
I don't think Spin Revolution is there anymore either, Marty.
Renee Valentine's?
Right. I don't think she's not there anymore.
Okay, I'll talk to Mike and,
What's there is Cody Roberts has a fitness center there now, but I think Renee moved her bikes, so you might want to check on that one with Mike.
okay, do you know how I can get a hold of Cody so I can get that information?
You could get a hold of Coley. She's friends with him. She would be able to tell you.
Okay. All right. And that's it. Like I said, I added the Welcome Center to the back page. And then this blank page right here will be where the pocket goes. And that's it.
Great. Anybody have any questions?
Well, it sure sounds good. I don't know what it looks like, but it sounds great.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Let me
Thanks
figure
for
out
bringing
how
it
to
up, Marty.
stop sharing my screen here and there. I learned something new today. All right, everybody's back. Okay, that's all I had for the visitor guide. I'll make all those changes and then we should be going to production quickly.
Thank you, Marty.
Marty, one thing that under health services, I didn't see it, but one of the big issues that is in Los Angeles County and Workman County is autism. And there's that autism group, and because there's like 1 out of every 65 now people are being diagnosed. And I don't know if that's something that maybe people moving into Trinidad would want to know that service is available. That's something for you guys to consider. I don't know if you guys want to go to that extent or not.
One of the things that we have to do is walk that fine line. This is a tourism guide, not a relocation packet. So if we started listing every health agency that's out there, we would have to list a lot of health and wellness. I mean, a lot of health agencies there, so we would have to include probably the disability group. We would have to include a lot of holistic agencies. It opens up a really big door.
Okay.
So trying to stay on this side of tourism as a visitor guide versus the other side, which is a relocation packet. So just kind of have to watch that line.
Okay, here's a thought that I had, and I'm not sure you talk about relocation, and it is I don't know if this would work for you, is that as we all know that the mine is opening up and they're going to be bringing in people from out of state and in state. And once you get these guides up, you might want to contact the mine so that anybody that they are trying to bring in to the community, that they send a copy of the guide with it, if they could do that. That way it would let, because they're bringing in families. They're not, I don't know if you listen to the gentleman, Mark Gray, because they are bringing in people that are not going to be here like during the week and then go home during the weekend. They are going to bring in families to stay. And the projection is that when it's all up and running, we may get an additional couple of thousand citizens in this area in another year or two. So, but maybe they can promote what we have in Trinidad by just giving them a copy of the guide if they want it, if they can distribute that. You can contact them, or if you need a phone number, or you can call the mine and ask them if that's something they would be willing to do.
Absolutely, good idea. That being said, Mayor, excuse me, I don't know that the chamber has a relocation packet that they generally have that they distribute to potential people coming here or looking at homes here or whatever. Do you know if they have a relocation packet?
I couldn't tell you if they do or not.
I'll talk to Nisha.
Yeah.
If they do, maybe a copy of this could be put in with them and.
Well, I usually, when these are distributed, the chamber always gets 2 or 3 boxes.
Okay.
And I just mentioned this because it's a very targeted area because we know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
This way it'll let these families know that there are things to do in this area.
Yeah. All right, the only other thing I had, if the visitor guide is concluded, was
staff reports.
Staff reports. So my question was ideas for the digital billboard in Canyon City. I don't know what you want up there. So this will be up for the next 3 months or so. And we're trying to bring them to Trinidad. So what are we inviting them here to do? So we have 60 seconds to say something. What are we going to say for those 60 seconds? That's going to say, this is what you can do in Trinidad for the next 3 months. I just kind of want you to start thinking about what you want on that billboard, because that needs to be changed out. Right now, we still have our golf course. And I mean, even though our locals golf 360 days a year during our sunshine, you know, I don't know. What are we going to put up there?
How about Amazon doesn't have it, Trinidad does. Vote shop local for Christmas. We might not be able to use Amazon, but still, something like that.
Biking trails, hiking trails,
That's
fishing.
Summer. That's summer. We're
You're
in
talking
winter.
about winter. We were just talking about the. I'm sorry to interrupt. We were just talking about the shop local program and pushing that. I mean, why not utilize it? You know, hey.
One thing about Trinidad's climate is you can see now we're in November. We've had 2 snows, so, and you know I still enjoy riding my bike now. So there's, you know, ice fishing when Trinidad State Park ice is over. Same thing with Monument Lake, North Lake.
Someone just did a little video, not someone, I know the person, did a little video on the boulevard. I don't know how bad or good the boulevard is because I haven't walked there at all. Is there any mention of that walk there? Because they said it's very nice. It just, I don't know if the homeless is really bad down there. I don't know, you know. They didn't ever get it. They said it's gorgeous. I haven't been down there, but they've been riding their bikes down there.
Yeah, I've been down there quite a few times. What a tribute to Trinidad. Not only were that walking bridges that you could set down your canoe or your kayak or your tube, but the whole area. But, you know, I have seen a few homeless back there, but I think it's because one of the reasons it's just sort of like where Walters is. As soon as a lot of people know about it and more people walk, then the homeless moves out.
They move out.
they're back there. And so in the very beginning, I saw a few more homeless than I do recently. I think it's a blockbuster part of Trinidad, and something that city council should be, really thanked and noted for us. It's a huge addition to our city, but not very many people know about it. And when
I always heard about it, but people say they were walking down there, but I never did. But when they did this bike ride and they did a little video of it, I was so totally impressed with it. I was very impressed with it. So that's where I'm going to go soon. On an electric bike.
Chris, do you have a schedule of what's going on at the Theater Live between now and the spring?
It's being put together as we speak. Actually, we kind of got a schedule of shows. We got our schedule of comedy and stuff. I can gather that information.
Yeah, I think that would be good, Marty.
Okay. So focus on Main Street Live.
I really liked Chris's idea of like a shop local thing or a picture of downtown lit up at Christmas time. Because I think that could extend all the way through January, kind of keeping it in a winter theme. But we have things to offer in the winter time too. That are downtown shops or.
How about a Main Street photo that says something like, "Make yourself at home for the holidays"?
One advantage to doing what Sai just said, and going with the theme about shopping local over just focusing on Main Street Live, which I'd love to promote, is it is more now. It's more, see the sign, do it now. The theater is going to be, for the next several months. So, did that make sense?
Yes. Anybody else have any ideas?
Okay, so why don't I develop a couple of ads then? Maybe one about downtown shopping for the holidays, maybe one for theater or focus on
something that we've always tried to do is to try to impress upon people coming in is our the number of historic buildings that we have downtown. Is it maybe you want to say, see our whatever we have, 80 some odd historic buildings in downtown Trinidad. Our unique architecture that we have.
Hey, that's great, Mayor. I love that idea. It gives people they can drive around too. That's a great idea.
Can I ask a question, being that we're on that subject, because I'm really a dummy on my building that I'm in. Is there anything anywhere where you could go find what some of these buildings were originally are? Because so many people ask me so many times, and I don't know. I don't even know what my building is. I know what my building was, but there's a lot of people are asking different questions what they were originally.
You were a mail store. You were a mail store. You were the first mail store in the city of Trinidad.
Right.
So, Camilla,
you're talking about the other buildings,
The Trinidad Historical Society has a walking tour brochure that was put out many years ago. But I still use it at the Welcome Center, and it actually, it's a walking guide. It takes you, yeah. So Loretta,
I just bought about 20 of them a year ago so that I would have them for emergency purposes. I'll drop one off to you, Camilla.
Okay, I like that, because there's a lot of people ask about these buildings, and I know mine, but some of them I don't. Some of the other ones I really don't know. I wish I knew better. so I could talk to these people about it. You know, got too mouthy in my store anyway. So, hooah.
So they're $4 a piece. I usually get them from Loretta Martin at the Archaeology Museum.
Okay.
So yeah, I get a lot of people that are interested specifically about architecture and what, you know, the history of the buildings, and that's a great piece.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna.
I gave you guys one. It's a long yellow one. I gave each of the tourism one of those.
I have mine still.
Yeah. So you should all have one. Chris, I can't hear you. Your speaker's off.
I'm new. I didn't get one.
I've got one for you. So when you come finally and pick up your laptop, I will have one for you.
You'll be back in there next week, right?
Hopefully on Tuesday.
And today is Wednesday. Okay.
Okay, I'm done with everything. I don't have any other reports. So.
Hey, Tom, I've got a couple of things to report if you want.
Go ahead.
A while back, there was, you asked me if the city council was going to be budgeting some funding for the Welcome Center. And in our budget, which we will be finalizing in December, there is some money in there. I don't remember exact dollar amount, but there is some funding in there for the Welcome Center, just to let you know. Marty, you could probably check with Cheryl to see what she'll tell you what that dollar amount is. I don't have my copy of my budget. I could tell you right now what the recommendation is. The other thing is Marty, I don't know if this crosses the line with CPW or not, or even within the Welcome Center. Something that is out there, and it would be something to even make money if you guys want to do that. When they had the Fisher's Peak opening, they had T-shirts and hats, and that might be something you may want to make an investment in and sell them. But you'd have to check to make sure there's not an issue there of any kind. The third item that I have, and we're talking about Shop Trinidad, and now going into the Christmas season, we don't, this would utilize the entertainment district without the alcohol. Is maybe going to the city and asking Mike if maybe there are a couple of nights, maybe a night like a Saturday night, the last few weeks, Friday and Saturday nights, where they could close the street, where people could just walk around and walk in the middle of the street. And if people want to put up a couple of Christmas trees in the middle, that they could be removed, that are battery operated, just to kind of make it look festive. I don't know if that's doable or not, but that would be something that you could maybe work with Main Street or somebody.
How about working with the entertainment district and have them do something like that to close down, and just like 1 or 2 nights, and maybe have tables? I'm sure the both Moose's and the other one would put tables out, but anybody, even just downtown, to walk around, And the other thing too is, that might invite, they would do it too.
That might invite even a couple of these vendors like we have for, some of the other things that we have downtown, where people come in and sell their jewelry or sell something, maybe some artists that want to put some of their artistry out in the middle of the street, something like that. It would just make it look, I think, a little more festive. So it's a thought.
That's not a bad idea.
Maybe we could bring that up when we meet with the chamber in the Main Street.
So that being said, the process is that fill out an event application, and kind of lay out what the idea is. And then the first stop for that application is the health department. So once it's all put together and you say, okay, this is what we want to do, we'd like to invite these businesses to, open up the entertainment district for that night or 2 nights or whatever. And then it would have to be approved by the health department, and then we could actually move forward with it. So just letting you know that those types of events do have to have health department approval.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
We forget, as we forget that, yeah.
Anybody else have anything to say? Everybody's good?
Okay.
Next meeting, November the 25th, 2020.
I had my mic muted. I didn't want to say something. I'm very impressed with what all y'all have done, and I'm excited to hear so many good ideas and so many good people working to promote tourism in the area. So again, I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, we'll adjourn this meeting at 10:46, Marty.
Thank you, Tom.
Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Same to you, Mayor.
Thank you. Have a
Thanks,
happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, all.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.